January 2nd, a day of tornadoes, wind, and more tornadoes. Here we go! So, like January 1st, we have to start with the United States of America, because the US has a lot of weather apparently. In this case, 3 different tornadoes touched down in the United States. 2 were in Georgia, and 1 was in Florida. Florida, I know, all places Florida, but Florida got 1. And specifically, I'm going to talk about that Florida tornado, because the Florida tornado actually caused $50,000 in damage. Yep, $50,000 in damage for our tornado in Florida. Guess what? That was rated, drum roll please, an EF0. An EF0 caused $50,000 of damage. Also, the 2 tornadoes in Georgia also caused, I don't know how much damage, because the National Weather Service has not released damage totals for those tornadoes, but they were both EF0s as well. All 3 tornadoes on January 2nd were EF0s. On top of the tornadoes, Georgia, Florida, and adding on now Alabama got hit with some strong storms, and thunderstorms caused $100,000 in damage. That does not include the $50,000 from a tornado. That's separated out, but $100,000 from normal thunderstorms caused, well, what? Georgia, Alabama, Florida had $100,000 of thunderstorm damage. Now we move a little bit north of that to Virginia, which had $10,000 from a flood. Not a flash flood, but a flood. Well, actually, that's debatable on flash or not, but still, a flood in Virginia caused $10,000 of damage. Now let's see how good your memory is. Well, if it's not good, you can always go back to January 1st and recap this, but I'm going to recap a little bit for you. If you remember on January 1st, there was this storm system starting to form on the U.S., that will go on to produce a winter storm that we'll talk about in the next 2 days. But still, yeah, if you remember the Weather Channel, called it Winter Storm Frida. But remember, that is not the name of it, because winter storms do not have names. The Weather Channel is reluctant on that and has been asked a few times not to do that, but they still do it nevertheless. So this Winter Storm Frida is still forming. Moving on to one of the United States territories, Puerto Rico. And now we hit the actual chaos. And when I say chaos, I mean tragedy. There was a person that died on the coast of Puerto Rico that was swept out by a rip current. So rip current now has its first fatality of the year for the United States. And now we move to Europe, where the European Severe Storms Laboratory controls a lot of different things. Back to Iceland. If you remember from January 1st, Iceland was having a chaotic storm system up there, or whatever it was, producing over 100-mile-per-hour winds. Well, guess what? It's still there. Iceland had multiple reports of 47 meters per second, or let's just say over 100 miles per hour, and around that area, of severe winds. So, Iceland, you're still getting storms, apparently on January 2nd. Enter in Germany now. I think this is the first time I'm mentioning Germany this year, but Germany had some also severe winds. Well, strong winds, severe, whatever you want to call it. They had some strong winds that caused damage, like uprooting trees and other damage indicators. But there is one report that stood out the most from today, in Germany at least. One of the reports was about a roof, chimney, and tree damage. Okay, that doesn't sound too, okay, so winds can do that, straight line winds can do that. But here's the thing. The report does make sure to specifically call out that this could have been caused by a tornado. It wasn't confirmed as a tornado, but it could have been caused by a tornado in Germany. Continuing in Europe, we're on to Belgium now, and Belgium had some flooding. Heavy rains caused 2 houses to flood. Well, I said that a little bit wrong, but still, 2 houses flooded in Belgium from heavy rains. I almost said severe rain, but heavy rain. Moving on now to the main event of today, and you're like, wait, that wasn't the main event? No, it was not, because Saudi Arabia takes the cake today. And when I say take the cake, I mean they had a tornado. A very dusty, photogenic stovepipe tornado in Saudi Arabia. Now, unfortunately, I did try to contact the creator of the photo to see if I could, show you the tornado right there, but they have not responded back to me. So, fortunately, I cannot show you the tornado. I was going to, because again, it was a very photogenic. And you probably never knew that. You probably never knew. You're like, wait, there was a tornado in Saudi Arabia that was photogenic, and how did I not know about that? Well, there was. Now, continuing on to South Africa. South Africa also has a tornado, maybe. Debatable. That's actually up for debate because I don't know if they did, but let me explain it. So there was 2 funnel clouds reported in South Africa. When I say funnel clouds and like the air quotes there, that's because one of them could have touched down. I was not able to locate that information. I saw a unconfirmed Twitter report, I think it was, like a Twitter user, no, not a verified account, just a Twitter user, saying the word tornado. And because I did see something else, one of the official reports was funnel cloud, 2 funnel clouds. So not exactly sure if one touched down or not, but I did at least want to like point that out that they could have had a tornado. Do I think they did? I don't know. I actually do not know because I could not find any reports of it touching down. But also, this is not the United States, this is South Africa. Reports don't come often from there. And that actually wraps up January 2nd. January 2nd is now done. Guess what? January 3rd and January 4th are going to be big days. And when I say big days, I mean you're going to hear a lot of, let's just say, cold type words and blizzards. Yeah, you're going to hear a lot of that over the next 2 days because that nor'easter that the Weather Channel is so determined to name Winter Storm Frida will be impacting the United States. And there'll be other stuff around the globe as well. And I know I get you on the edge of your seats for the India thing. Well, guess what? The place where I got the source, which was the EU, surprisingly India with the EU flash report, did not contain any information about the India thing for today. So guess what? I don't have any more updates on that. I do, but I'm not going to share them with you today because that's for another day. So if you guys want to see more of these videos, click that like button and subscribe because I need support. I'm a small channel. I'm still trying to grow. And as you can see, I'm presenting you a lot of quick information about literally the entire day of January 2nd that I could see, like that I could easily find. I say easily, some of it took a little bit of digging, but nevertheless, I could still find it, of the weather around the entire globe. So yeah, click that like button and subscribe if you want to see more of these. And I will catch you all in episode 3, which is January 3rd. See y'all later. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, everyone.